What is the 70% rule? 70% rule is the spread. There's no spread, there's no deal. Example, 123 State Street, after repair value is $120,000. This is 123 State Street. Take your after repair value of $120,000, you multiply that by 70%, which equals $84,000, minus repairs, assignment fee, liens, and mortgage. If your mortgage is somewhere near $84,000 or more, you would use a subject to, which is based on equity, rents, and some form of owner financing plan or deal that you set up. In the beginning, if you can't make a profit as soon as it's repaired, and it's going to take some time, it's a negative cash flow, I wouldn't do it. But once you set yourself up financially, you have financial resources, you have income coming in from other places, then go for it. But in the beginning, I wouldn't do it. So in this example, let's just say there's no mortgage and there's no liens. There's your assignment fee of $10,000, which you want to get paid for your work. Then there's the $30,000 repair cost. You add this up, it comes out to $40,000. You minus that from the $84,000, comes up to $44,000, which is your maximum allowable offer. So when you're talking to the seller, you don't start with your maximum allowable offer. You start lower than that. Let's say 25 or 30, and you work your way up. The less you can get it under contract for, the more money you can make on the assignment fee. So the question is, what is an assignment fee? Assignment fee is associated with a document called the assignment of contract. Now, what is that? Assignment of contract occurs when one party to an existing contract, the assigner, hands off contracts, obligations, and benefits to another party, the assignee. Ideally, the assigner wants the assignee to step into his shoes and assume all contractual obligations and rights. This assignment fee is what the assignee pays the assigner for the contractual obligations and rights. So your end investor is going to pay you a $10,000 assignment fee for all the contractual obligations and rights to 123 Estate Street. That's pretty good. Which moves us into the next no money down method, which the assignment of contract is a no money down method, but you're making a small fee. With this is for buy and hold or fix and flips, which increases your profits, but there's more, there's more at stake with this deal. So you take your after repair value of $120,000 and multiply it by 60%, which equals $72,000. Now in this example, let's just say there is no mortgage, there's no liens, the assignment fee does not apply. It's on your repair cost of $30,000. You minus your $30,000 repair cost from the $72,000, which is $42,000. That is your maximum allowable offer. Now, like I said earlier, you don't start with that. You start lower than that. You work your way up. So let's just say you got it under contract for $42,000. You go to a lender. Now, a conventional lender will not fund this because it's not livable. You'd have to go to a hard money lender or private lender if you have one set up. You take your contract of $42,000 to a hard money lender. They're going to fund that and your repair costs with no money down, because you got it at 60% total, which leaves room just in case you default for them to make a profit, turn it for a profit themselves. So with this no money down deal, the only fees you will have in this deal, or the only money you will have in this deal, is the appraisal, lending fee, inspection, and closing costs. That is all the money you'll have in it. Let's just say, for example, the after repair value of 123 State Street is for single family. So you've figured out that you can turn this into a nice 8 unit for the same amount of repair costs as it would cost for a multi-family, or as a single family. You turn it into a multi-family, nice little 8 unit, brings them more income, and also raises the appraisal value by double or triple or quadruple, depending on location. See, if this is a single family and you're a single family, one family moves out, you're at zero occupancy. your occupancy is 0, but if you have 8 families in there and one family moves out, you still have income. You're not hurting for money. If you want to learn more about loans, interest, appreciation, and taxes, a great book to read and reread, and it's the foundation to your investing career, is The Wealthy Code. What the wealthy know about money that most people will never know. If you're interested in investing in this book, links are in the description below or in the resources area. For now, keep on taking action, rock and roll, and thank you.